Well, so here is the long-awaited review of my Dell Inspiron 15R laptop. It's a pretty good laptop, but before I get into the laptop itself, I'll read you guys off the specs right here. This is the model number. I'm not going to bother reading that out. You can just pause it and figure things out from there. It's got an Intel Core i5 480M mobile, I'm guessing, processor, 8 gigs of DDR3 memory, I believe, 750 gig hard drive, Blu-ray combo drive, plays and creates CDs, DVDs, and plays Blu-ray discs. Intel 6250 Centrino Advanced N plus WiMAX. Integrated Bluetooth technology, which that's really cool. I can sync it up with my BlackBerry. The one thing I don't like about it is it's got integrated Intel HD graphics. This computer is it's a powerhouse. It's got a lot of power behind it, and it's just unfortunate that I don't know if you could have gotten a better graphics card in it than the stock Intel one or not, but this is the only one that they had. Anyways, integrated webcam, which is very good quality, by the way. I was really surprised. And a 6-cell battery. I think the battery life is rated about 3 hours, however I could be wrong. The software it comes with, Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit, Office 2010, which is preloaded. This is the starter version. McAfee Security Center, which is a 30-day trial, and a 1-year limited hardware warranty. So I don't know quite what they mean by that, but obviously it's black. Really quickly, I'll show you what was included in the box. It seems a lot of computer companies nowadays are really trying to skim costs with whatever they can. But I showed all this stuff in my unboxing video. Drivers and utilities, which it says are already installed on the computer. And it doesn't look like that's the actual OS CD, and I don't think it came with one. Then you have your quick start guides, and then registration and everything. And I want to say that's all that came with it. Yeah, that is. Let's see here. Put this out of the way. Trying to actually, you know what? Just throw it over there. The power brick, if I can pull it out here, it's actually nice that it's got this light on it. It does get kind of warm. It's kind of warm right now, but it's really just your standard power brick. Nothing to really sneeze at. And let's get to the computer itself. It's got this really nice aluminum casing. I guess you can say it's aluminum, but just this outside part's casing and the underneath of it's plastic. And you can see right here as well, it's got that same kind of casing. Unfortunately, it gets fingerprints. Some people have an issue with that. I really don't care. Let's tip it over here. As you can see, it's black. It's probably ABS plastic. And that's really all there is to it. It's got quite a few breathing ports on it. I think these are the speakers right here. Your exhaust is over here, which it's blowing kind of warm, but since I have it on this cooling pad, which I purchased for the other computer that really needed it, it's actually doing a really good job at keeping it cool. You have your standard Ethernet port, USB drive, which also doubles as a HDMI port, I believe. Your Blu-ray drive, really standard, kind of flimsy, but that's, laptop companies nowadays, like I always tell people, everyone's trying to cut costs everywhere. So you have your headphone jack, which is linked up to my speakers. You have your line in for recording. Actually, that's the HDMI. I take that back. I don't quite know what that is. Don't really remember, but it's not all that important. VGA. another USB port, and we have another USB port back here, and that's an e-cigarette. So let's get into the inner workings of it. The screen is very crisp, as you can tell. I was really impressed by it. I believe it is LED backlit. You have your 10 key over here, which does come in handy. What else is there to show? Not really too much else. It handles video editing pretty nicely if you want to get this computer, and I got it just because of the power it has. That's another thing I can show you all too, is it runs programs really fast, and I'll show you how fast it actually is. It's a 2.67 gigahertz, 2.66. Yeah, same thing. But that's really all there is. I just updated it to Service Pack 1. And yeah, it's been a good computer so far. I mean, I play, you know, as a special treat, I'll go ahead and start up Flight Simulator. But I play Flight Simulator on it, and it handles it pretty well. I don't have it on the highest settings, but it does run pretty good. And that's all I really cared about when I bought it, is because, you know, in the near future I want to become a private pilot. And this, even though I'm already kind of accustomed to a lot of the instruments at my workplace, it's just, it's always good to, you know, expand your knowledge of different things. So let's go ahead and start it up here. And I'm not going to do really nothing too complicated here. I just want to show you guys more or less the graphics capabilities. Let's fly a Baron. And we want fair weather. And we want to change time to day. And make sure I have the settings on the right ones. Everything seems okay. So let's go ahead and fly out here. And it's still kind of rendering that movie. So let's see how well it handles things. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up as well. But before we get into this, I also forgot to mention what keys are up here. You know, all the laptop companies are doing this. You have all your integrated controls in here. Let's pause the game. Your volume controls, your music controls, kill the trackpad control, and it just said my movie's done. But that's beside the point. Your battery, I don't know what that does. Your screen brightness, it's all the way up. Your wireless, and you switch between screens with this one. You know, if you have it connected to a projector or whatnot. So let's get back to the game. And it's on pause. And we're at decent throttle here. So as you can see, it handles it pretty well. Don't tell the FAA I'm doing this, they might have a heart attack. But yeah, it seems to handle it pretty well. Put the gear up. I'm really impressed with just how it can handle, and I know this game isn't Crisis or anything like that, but you know, it's one of the main reasons why I bought it is just I needed the extra power, and it's been a great machine so far. I've only had it for about a little more than a week now, so I've used it quite a bit. I mean, it is my primary machine. And that's all there is to it. So I guess, you know what? You guys can rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.